How's it going, everybody? Uh, we concluded another edition of Thursday Night Football on CBS slash the NFL Network. And overall, I thought the game it had its highs and it had its lows. Obviously in the beginning of the game it was very competitive. It was a very intriguing game. And at one point I had this feeling that maybe the Chargers would pull the upset despite the injury, despite Brent Flowers being injured, despite having a short week, despite having to me personally, I think it was a how do I say this, an emotional tough loss just several days ago, Sunday night, at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe the Chargers could pull the upset. For the second straight year, they pulled the upset. They did last year in Denver, of course. But tonight was not tonight. And I think with the injuries of Flowers and the injuries that they also have with the rest of the defensive part of the team, it really hurt them. I mean, when Emmanuel Sanders goes 9 receptions for 120 yards and 3 touchdowns, it's pretty big. I mean, hell, if you have in your fantasy team, you're jumping for joy right now. But if you started for him, because if you still had him and you benched him, you want to contemplate suicide right about now. But moving on. The fact of the matter is, obviously Peyton Manning had a good game. Philip Rivers didn't have too bad of a game either. He had a pretty good game, and as a Patriot fan, seeing Keenan Allen score a touchdown just windows my heart. And the reason why I'm saying, as a Patriot fan, and Keenan Allen, probably saying, dude, you're a Patriot fan, why do you care about Keenan Allen? We drafted freaking Aaron goddamn Dobson before we drafted Keenan Allen. Anyways, and it's into the Chargers. Antonio Gates. What is going on with Antonio Gates? And I'm not saying this in a bad way at all whatsoever, because I thought that at this point, Chargers were going to give the key, to the tight end position to Green and not to Gates. But apparently, Antonio Gates still thinks he's freaking 25 years old, because that guy is just balling like crazy out there. Like, Jesus. Man, that guy just keeps scoring touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. He had 2 tonight, So, very good, game, obviously, for him. And whatnot. So I don't know who the Chargers are facing next week. I don't remember off the top of my head, so I'm sorry. I don't remember. I'm sorry. But we all know what's going to happen. Well, not just next Thursday night when we got the Carolina Panthers going to New Orleans, because god damn, we want to see a great NFC South matchup, because that's not the worst division in all of football right now. But anywho, what's happening next Sunday night? It's coming. We've seen it a billion times. No, not John Cena versus Randall Keith Orton. That's this Sunday night on the Hell in a Cell for only $9.99. You know what's happening freaking next Sunday? That's right. For the 18th billionth time, Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning. As a Patriot fan, I am so sick and tired of this matchup every freaking year, and I get it. Two of the best quarterbacks in the last decade, or over a decade. I'll just say decade. I understand that. Trust me, I understand that. That's why they faced each other in the freaking what's the ALC is? Because I'm still in baseball mode for some odd reason. They faced each other in the AFC championship game so many times. I understand that. Trust me, I do. But good Lord, like times we have to see that for ourselves, like what? But anywho, a nice 35-21 victory for the Denver Broncos. And the Chargers, I think the Chargers, it's going to take another year for the Chargers, where they'll have a good team. And, again, the Chargers do have a good team. I'm not saying they're not a bad team whatsoever. I don't want anyone to say, oh, you think the Chargers suck, don't you? Patriots. I'm not saying they're a bad team. Trust me, when the Patriots go to San Diego later this year in December, which is the polar opposite for Denver Broncos and Dallas Cowboys fans, when Dallas Cowboys fans hate December because that's when their team all of a sudden decides to, San Diego's the polar opposite. Like, they strive in December. It's crazy how the winning record in December is ridiculous. And the fact that my Patriots have to go to San Diego in December, the Chargers favorite month of the year screams out L for us. L all the way. L, 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 L. But, you know, I don't know about Peyton next weekend in Foxborough. I mean, Peyton doesn't do necessarily well in Foxborough. I mean, we all know about the infamous comeback where, you know, the Broncos, they had the game, they were, might as well been popping champagne, thought that, oh, everything's hunky-dory, it's great. And then they did the, choked the lead. And, that was game of the year. I'm sorry. I know it sounds biased as hell, but to me, that was game of the year last year. But anywho, what do you guys think about the Thursday night football game tonight between the Broncos and the Chargers? To me, I thought it was better than what most that I thought it would be a little bit, but I didn't think it was going to be as good as the previous two Thursday night football games. You know, that being the Texans and Colts, and of course last week the Jets and Patriots. So, anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment down below, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and I'll catch you all Sunday afternoonish. God, I'm gonna post 2 videos on Sunday. Anyways, that's it for me.